You've unveiled your manifesto, or rather your presidential bid.
Yeah, actually, this has been a process of 4 steps now.
Yes,
The first step was to unveil the political party
yes,
with the ideologies that we believe can be pro-Kenya,
yes,
and that's called Hekima Alliance Party HAPA.
yes.
Hekima Alliance Party is for the lost, the least, and the last.
What is alternative leadership according to Professor Ogolla?
Eugene, as we sit here, we have launched what you call SHA, isn't it? SHA is not working, isn't it?
Okay.
The health sector is in shambles.
Okay.
Do you know why things are not working? It's because the people whom we employ, people employed by Kenyans, do not consume those services they tell us. Do you know now this guy who has been nominated to become the MP of Ugenya through ODM, this guy called Moses, he was a CDF manager. In his home, when he was a CDF manager, women used to go there with the chicken. Unamletea kubwa anakula, ndio unapata check ya CDF. How desperate do you put people like that? When I become president, I'll make it illegal. You cannot use public money to buy private services while you leave public consuming public services when for you are consuming private services. So if you are a CS or PS, you'll only be on public insurance scheme.
Let's now talk about the new funding model. And actually, the president has said that this was meant to actually even improve the way that education is actually administered here in Kenya. I do not know what you make of the
Corruption.
new funding model.
It's corruption.
How? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eugene Kwach, and of course, this is the Powertable, where we get to invite women and men of power to talk about power, politics, governance, economy, among us many other issues critical to the citizens of this country, Africa, and global citizens. Well, tonight we are hosting Professor Fred Ogolla, who today has actually unveiled his manifesto. We're going to have a critical conversation with him. Well, on leadership, alternative leadership. Well, leadership in Kenya has often been defined by political alignments, party rivalries, and government opposition contest. But beyond the noise of political competition lies a bigger question. What does alternative leadership look like for Kenya? This is the question that Professor Fred Ogolla is going to tackle here tonight. But as the country also grapples with high cost of living, a contested healthcare transition through the Social Health Authority, education reforms, and the new university funding model, mounting public debt, and persistent concerns about accountability, Kenyans are asking, is there a different way to lead? One that is people-centered, inclusive, and responsive to the real challenges on the ground. Today on the Powertable, we sit down with Professor Fred Ogolla to unpack the idea of alternative leadership. We actually explore what it means, how the challenges of traditional political order, and whether it can provide answers to Kenya's pressing issues from economic hardships, youth unemployment, governance, education, and the future of devolution, among other concepts within our new constitution. This is the conversation with Professor Fred Ogolla. Professor, thank you so much for joining this conversation.
Thank you very much, Kwach.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've unveiled your manifesto, or rather your presidential bid.
Yeah, actually, this has been a process of 4 steps now.
Yes.
The first step was to unveil the political party
Yes.
with the ideologies that we believe can be pro-Kenya,
Yes.
and that's called Hekima Alliance Party HAPA.
Yes.
Hekima Alliance Party is for the lost, the least, and the last.
Wow.
Lost, least, and the last. Who are the lost? Those who get a road deal. They are always cheated. They promise them at the beginning that they are going to deliver for them Singapore, but when they deliver, it's Shakahola. When they are doing manifesto, they tell you you'll be like South Korea, you'll be like Japan, you'll be like Singapore, you'll be like the US, you'll be like Denmark. once they take office, they start telling you we are not as bad as Sudan. We are not. We actually we are better than Somali. But no one was painting the picture. So those are the lost.
Yes.
The least are the people who are taken advantage of. They are the ones that when you are attending a funeral in my village, they're the ones they call Ogandawala. They're the ones that when there's a funeral, there's a function, they're the ones who eat githeri under a tree while the rest are eating chicken and ugali on the table. So those are the least. And the last are the people who are thought after. Oh, unajua watchman hajakula. Unajua dere yako amekula. Unaona? Unajua house help hajakula. So these people whom people think about last when they are now satisfied. Those people. And that's why we believe that a Kima Alliance beliefs stands for the least, the lost, and the last. Because if you look at it, Eugene, since independence,
Yes.
Kenya has always fed only 5,000 people.
Okay.
What do I mean? The first president gets 5,000 people, the inner circle, friends, relatives, those cronies,
Yes.
and they are fed by the state, while every Kenyan remains hungry. So we come again to the second president. Moi said nitafuata Nyayo. Nyayo ilikuwa Nyayo ya nani? Ya Kenyatta.
Okay.
Jesus fed 5,000 in 4th BC.
Okay.
But for them, they are still feeding 5,000 people only.
In 2025.
In 2025.
Well,
That is 2,025 years later. So, and you can come now again to the third president, to the fourth president.
And the fifth.
Uhuru had hit billionaires, the COVID billionaires. Now here we have how many billionaires that have been produced in this government. People who could not even afford fare now can buy a house for 100 million in cash.
Yes.
So we are saying we need to evolve to feed 56 million Kenyans, because if Jesus was here,
Yes.
Jesus could have not fed 5,000.
Okay.
Jesus could have fed 56 million. So that is our party we launched. The second thing we did was we launched an economic ideology called Evolve.
Evolve.
E, economic turnaround. Every sector of the economy which was not performing, we shall turn them around. Tea, coffee, sugar, textile, apparel, all those sectors that were feeding the economy will be turned around so that Kenyans can get jobs. The second thing is value addition. We are 80% of our exports are raw materials. Why? We don't want to add value. So we need to add value in these raw materials so that actually Kenyans can get jobs. At the same time,
Yes.
we need to make economy productive.
Yes.
The fourth one is optimize talent, the talent
Yes.
of the young people,
Yes.
the talent of the women. Women are talented in business.
Yes.
How can they get to do business and earn their money?
Yes.
How can youth use sports, music, arts, technology to get employed instead of throwing stones on the street?
Yes.
And then we go to the last one, then there's the fourth one called L, leverage strategic partnership. How can we run a lean and clean government to attract partners to do business with Kenya so that the economy can grow? And then we have another one called V, vulnerability management. How many people are vulnerable? Women, children. We also have people with disability. We have sectors of the economy which are vulnerable. But also we have economic regions in Kenya which have been forgotten, so they are very vulnerable. So we'll address them. Then lastly, we have environmental stewardship. How can the environment become, let's say an engine of economic growth? But also, how can you keep the environment so that even your children's children will see lions? Your children's children will see elephants. Will be able to go to Lake Nakuru Park. Will be able to go to Amboseli. So we also want to conserve the environment, because if this environment we have borrowed it from the future generation. It's not an inheritance. So that is evolved. That's the second stage we've had.
Yes.
So I've talked about the party, economic ideology. The third one,
Yes.
I have introduced myself to Kenyans, who I am.
Yes.
And it's explained in a video clip of 3 minutes, 45 seconds. The Kenyans can watch. Who is Fred Ogolla? People think I was born a professor.
Yeah.
I also had my own history. I also had my struggles. I slept hungry as a young man.
Yeah.
I also had my parents, I have my siblings.
Yes.
Some of them we fought.
Yeah.
Some of them almost injured me. If you look at some of my parts of the bodies, there are scars all over the place. Maybe I was stubborn.
Yeah.
So I also have my history that
Yes.
people need to know that I am Fred Ogolla. I'm a child of Kenya.
Yeah.
And now today we launch the Presidential Advisory Team, PAT.
Yes.
And it is chaired by Charles Olekapaiku,
Yes.
who is an economist. The vice chair is called Lillian Rua Francis, who comes from Kilifi. Charles Olekapaiku, I don't know whether he's a Kikuyu, I don't know whether he's a Masai. He confuses me.
Yes.
I just know he's an economist. So today it was very clear that this team will take Evolve as an ideology and implement, but also have conversations with Kenyans on what do Kenyans think about Evolve.
Okay.
What is it can work? And remember, in this Evolve, we have this mantra.
Yeah.
Listen, tweak, and evolve.
Yes.
So they'll be listening to Kenyans.
Yeah.
Then they tweak, depending on what Kenyans are saying, then they evolve.
Yeah.
And that we call it a way to lead, a mark to live, and a world to change.
Wow.
So our leadership style is simple.
Yes.
Listen, tweak, and evolve. When you talk to any Kenyan, listen to them. Because Kenyans know more than sometimes leaders know.
Yeah.
Listen to Kenyans, tweak what they have told you, then evolve.
Yeah.
So basically, that is why we are today.
Wow. Professor, we are here to talk about alternative leadership in Kenya.
Yeah.
And this is because the traditional form of leadership that the Kenyans have known since independence seem not to work.
Yeah.
Because it has been tested, the first president, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. It seems as if it is not working.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you think it is working, but if it is not working, as you have also actually said, then what is alternative leadership according to Professor Ogolla?
So, Eugene, I agree that it's this is not working.
Yes.
Let me just start by what is not working, then we go to define what is alternative leadership and what needs to work.
Okay.
Eugene, as we sit here, we have launched what you call SHA, isn't it? SHA is not working, isn't it?
Okay.
The health sector is in shambles.
Okay.
The education sector is in trouble,
Okay.
isn't it? The infrastructure, even roads, are in trouble.
Okay.
Do you know why things are not working? It's because the people whom we employ, people employed by Kenyans, do not consume those services they tell us. Go to State House. The entire executive, they're not on SHA. The entire executive don't take their children to public schools.
How do you know?
The president's son did his studies in Strathmore. I was there in Strathmore, so I know, isn't it? If
How
I'm
do you know
wrong,
they don't have SHA?
I say I know. See, I know the medical scheme that takes care of them, Amaco Insurance, which belongs to the president. So if you go, did you hear that not talk about executive only? Executive are not on SHA. If they are on SHA, let them show you their SHA number. Me, I have a SHA number, isn't it? You maybe have a SHA number they don't have. And I challenge them to publish the SHA number of all the CSS, all the PSS, all the heads of parastatal, and which insurance is offering the private insurance. So just give it slowly. We go to education. Mbadi's son, daughter graduated in Australia, isn't it?
But that was masters.
No, it's okay. It's okay. They can afford Australia, isn't it? How many Kenyans can afford Australia? Why don't we get our education system working so well that we don't have to go to Russia, to Australia? Even our healthcare. Yes, they go to India, isn't it? When they are sick, they go to the US. They go to the UK. How many Kenyan ministers have died out of the country because they sought medical attention outside the country? Have we not had a governor of one of the counties in Kenya going to deliver in the US?
So let me ask you, Professor.
So what I'm trying to say, why it's not working, they don't consume. Let's go to roads. Then I'll allow you to interrupt me.
Yes.
In the road infrastructure, they use public money to buy land cruisers, which can run even on a trench. Hata kwa mtaro inaweza kimbia.
Yes.
And that is public fund.
Yeah.
So this public fund
Yeah.
should not be used to buy Land Cruisers. But some Kenyans have a VITs.
Yes.
Some VITs cannot even pass a mere pothole.
Yes.
Do you know there's over 256,000 potholes between Busia and Mombasa?
Yes.
So if you are driving between Busia and Mombasa,
Yeah.
you'll hit, or there's a chance of hitting 256,000 potholes between Busia and Mombasa. Why? For them, they'll fly. There are 6 vehicles waiting to pick them in Mombasa. Or if they go by road, isn't it? They have Land Cruisers
How
bought
do
by...
you count these potholes?
Kenya has a technology. I was a consultant in Kenya that can tell you how many postal. If I'm lying, ask Kenya.
Yes.
Kenya National Highway Authority.
Yes.
There's a technology that when they just drive their vehicle, there's a vehicle they use for inspecting the road.
Ah.
They drive, it counts the number of potholes, it counts the diameter,
Yes.
it counts the depth.
Yes.
They even calculate how much it will cost to repair them. So that data is there.
Okay.
And Kenya, when I was doing their strategy, they invested around 1.2 billion shillings to data center. But also if you go to this, what you call Konza Technopolis, is it not a smart city with all the data?
Yeah.
They have taken some services from South African technology on how to measure those roads. So I know.
Yeah.
When I'm talking here, it's not rumors. If they want to fault me, let them open the server where those things are. So basically, these things don't work because they don't consume them. What is the solution? When I become president, I'll make it illegal. You cannot use public money to buy private services while you leave public consuming public services when for you are consuming private services. So if you are a CS or PS, you'll only be on a public insurance scheme. You cannot buy a private insurance scheme using public money. If you want to buy public money, use your own money, which is private money.
Okay.
You understand me?
Yes.
Like now, members of parliament, this one you know,
Yes.
they are on 10 million shillings per year, 10.4 million shillings per year on medical insurance. Do you think that is 10.4 million shillings?
Okay.
I'm asking. So both the executive, legislature, and judiciary are not on SHA. Yet they're the ones who are telling us to pay for SHA, and they're the ones running SHA.
Yes.
The day they'll be the one to work with SHA, SHA will improve. But because they don't consume SHA,
Yes.
SHA is left for the poor.
Okay.
That's about the least, the lost, and the last. You get me?
Yes.
Those are the ones losing SHA.
Okay.
For them, they're not using it. Now, if you have understood the problem I've defined for you and the solution, then now you can understand what alternative leadership is all about.
Quite interesting. Well, but when you talk about this alternative leadership, why is it that the presidents or the leaders that we've had before have not been actually able to see that there is indeed a problem and come up with maybe better ways of ruling? Is it that they've run out of ideas, or is it that
No.
they know
but
they do not want to execute?
no. If you want to understand this,
Yes.
distinguish two things.
Yes.
Leadership, there's difference between politics and governance.
Okay.
What is politics? Politics is the process of acquiring power. You get me?
Okay.
Like you want to become an MCA,
Yeah.
you want to become an MP, you want to become a governor, senator, president, deputy president, among those things. That's politics, isn't it? But governance is to use that power to serve people.
Governance.
So they have remained at politics.
Yeah.
So alternative leadership is to turn politics into governance. They use power to steal, isn't it? They use power to acquire wealth. How comes that the first president is the richest in the country, followed by the second president? And there's nothing like the first businessman or woman. Are you getting my point?
You're getting the point.
So they are using politics to enrich themselves
Yes.
instead of using politics to empower Kenyans. So a president goes to acquire power, and that's politics. Then they remain politicians. As we speak, are we not in a campaign mode? Are you seeing the country is about who has an agenda, who is
Yeah.
the running mate,
Yes.
who is in which party, united opposition,
Yes.
disunited opposition,
Yes.
who is running for which position? This is not how we should run. There must be, do you know why we have 5-year term? Because there must be 5 years of governance. At worst, they should be 4 years, what about 1 year politicking, 4 years of governance. But these guys, they get elected and they spend 5 years of politics, not governance.
Now, let me ask you actually based on the same question
Yeah.
that we've even posed. Because the president and the people that support the government purport that the opposition do not have actually an agenda. And you happen to be a member of the United Opposition. And there are claims that the opposition do not really have an agenda at all. Their main agenda, and actually even in the words of Rigathi Gachagua, is that Ruto must go. That is the main agenda.
Yeah.
Is that really the agenda that Kenyans should buy
No.
for an alternative leadership?
As one of the members of the opposition,
Yes.
I am very different from them, isn't it? First of all, we don't have history with them. What are uniting us together is that we form the People's Restorative Justice Commission, and the agenda number one for opposition actually is there. Restorative justice.
Okay.
When we were appointed in that commission, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka attended that function. You get me?
Okay.
Eugene Wamalwa attended that function. Among other opposition leaders, attended the function at Mfungamano House. I was also there. Justin Mituri is my chair of the commission. We are working very hard. Like now, we have just managed to set up the legal aspects of the commission.
Yeah.
We have come up with a tool to collect all the evidence that can be put before a judge and pass the test of judgment.
Yeah.
We have set up a portal using our own money.
Okay.
Then what is happening is that the government, when they are telling us we have no agenda, they are also accusing us that we have no legal standing to set up a commission.
Okay.
But for us, we have, whether we have legal standing or not, it does not matter. We are doing work which they should do with their legal standing. We are doing work which they should do, and they have the money. Now they set up this compensation thing, isn't it? Shared by Makau Mutua, who has been compensated since they set it up.
But there's been a lot of politics around...
Not politics.
Yes.
It is wrong.
Okay.
There's a mechanism in judiciary how to do compensation.
Okay.
There is no need of setting up one.
Okay.
This is usurping the powers of judiciary. It's clear. You cannot be compensated without a court declaration. Now, if someone killed me, isn't it? And then someone set up a commission and started compensating me.
Yes.
And there is no evidence of who even killed me. Isn't it?
Yes.
So who you are compensating on whose behalf?
See, but the government is compensating.
How can a government use your taxpayers' money, kill you, then compensate you? Are they admitting guilt? It is wrong.
Yes.
At People's Restorative Justice Commission, we believe that's wrong. So we have an agenda which has made them set up this thing. Because actually, do you know we set up this commission on the eve of 25th of June 2025?
So what is the agenda of the opposition?
One is restorative justice.
Yes.
But also what's happening now, which I think the opposition also has to sort it out, we have not yet identified who is the candidate.
Okay.
So we cannot say united opposition because you are united for who? We must be united with an agenda. For restorative justice, I'm sorry, even Rigathi Gachagua mentioned that thing in New York.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
He said in New York that we have set up a commission to try William Ruto in The Hague, plus the people who killed the Gen Z, isn't it? So that agenda is there. Okay. The wheels of justice are moving. Don't listen to what Gachagua is now doing. Don't listen to what Rigathi Gachagua is doing with the Wakina Kalonzo and the rest. What is happening at the moment is that there is some wheels of justice that is moving chini ya maji. JB Muturi has always dedicated time to us as other commissioners, sat down with hours and hours, taking us through, as Attorney General, former Attorney General, what cases will be watertight before the judiciary, which government is evading. When that time will come, it might actually come before the election. Some of these people are saying that they cannot be one term. They will be one term before the election. Let me tell you, there's a case that can actually make it impossible for William Ruto to run for president. And we have collected ballistic reports. Do you know when people are being shot, we had our team with cameras. Okay. Did you not see me live in Nakumat, Quickmart, OTC?
Yes.
Did you see me there live inside the supermarket?
I saw you.
What was I doing?
Tell
so he thought I was there to take photos of the sugar and the bread which was there.
What are you doing there?
I went there to have one first-hand information.
Yes.
I interviewed people inside there.
Yes.
We have witnesses which have written reports.
Okay.
The bodies which were claimed to have been in that Quickmart OTC, we have evidence.
Yes.
So what we are trying to say is that people are too harsh to tell opposition, how much money have we gotten? The real opposition ran away with the money.
Okay.
Do you know why opposition gets money from RPP? Those political parties receive money to do opposition. So the person who received the biggest check was Azimio, isn't it?
Okay.
Through Raila Odinga's ODM. Now they took that check and they joined William Ruto. They're using those money to campaign instead of fighting for Kenyans. Why opposition receives money is that they can use that money to fight for rights for Kenyans. They can use that money to expand democracy. So me, I have a Kim Alliance party, which is a young party. We don't have any money from the government.
Okay.
But we are mobilizing money of our own to do the work the government should do. So there's an agenda.
Yes.
Secondly,
Yes.
I launched economic ideology called Evolve,
Yes.
which I've explained.
Okay.
And do you know any that is better than that one?
You tell us. Maybe
I don't.
bottom-up economic approach.
Bottom work cannot work.
Yes.
I said before, it never worked anywhere.
Yes.
It cannot work in Kenya. It's not working. If it's working,
Yes.
why is healthcare in trouble? Why is education in trouble?
Yes.
Why are youth unemployment this high? Do you know, Eugene? Let me tell you one thing. When you finish high school, when you finish university, what was your only wish?
Was to get a job, employment.
Just stop there.
Yes.
For your father, what was your father's only wish when you finish?
To get a good job.
For your grandfather or your grandmother, what was her or his only wish?
They're not there anymore.
That you get a job. So let me tell you the truth. My economic ideology called Evolve will promise Kenya one thing, that every Kenyan must have a job, and it is possible. You're getting me? In the US, if you are not in a job, you get unemployment benefit.
Every Kenyan must get a job.
Yes, this is, no, let me tell you what.
Yes.
It is possible.
Yes.
Evolve will deliver that job.
Yes.
Let me tell you what. Imambe ya kusema, oh, we shall build houses.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
If every Kenyan is at work, they can build a house if they want.
Yes.
They can get married if they want.
Yes.
They can drink alcohol if that's what they wish,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
They can invest if they want, but if there's no job, there's nothing we are doing.
Yes.
You can build houses from here to, I don't know, Busia,
Yes.
even to Mandera, Wajir,
Yes.
and to Lamu,
Yes.
and to Shakahola.
Yes.
But the people will not get jobs. But if you get jobs for Kenyans,
Yes.
this affordable housing is not giving jobs.
Now, let me ask you a question. Under these youths, and actually even the future of leadership, because many young people, you understand, just as it happened, now that you've mentioned, there was a demonstration, the protest, and everything, and so many young people actually feel that the protest is actually the only way to be heard. And from where you sit, is this now a failure in leadership? And if you were to talk about even the alternative leadership existing, what would be a meaningful engagement to you, Professor Ogolla? Or will we see then a mandamano again in an alternative leadership that you lead?
First of all, the youths are not supposed to be protesting. They're not supposed to be doing mandamano.
Okay.
You know, there's something which we have not quantified. Have you quantified the loss of the youths being on the street for 5 years? The Kenyan youth being on the street for 5 years, while the youth of Singapore being in a science laboratory, technology laboratory, coming up with breakthrough technology for their success, while your youth are carrying a stone and a banner. Have you quantified that? That for you, your youth is being shot in the leg, isn't it? Being abducted,
Okay.
being imprisoned, being disappeared, while some youths are in manufacturing robots, are using AI to cure medicine, are using AI to come up with technologies that can actually do robots. Are you seeing what I mean? So first of all, I'm telling you, my brother, the first and most important work for a president is to ensure youth are working.
Okay.
And let me tell you what, and this is where maybe probably I can somehow agree with the president. The person who needs to take him home should have an agenda. And that agenda should be one agenda. Give youth employment. Why am I trying to say so?
Okay.
As a professor in the university,
Yes.
as a deputy vice chancellor of a university, I know that we graduate 1 million students every year
Yes.
from campus.
That is degree.
Yes.
Okay.
Degree, diploma, TVET, if you add everything, graduation.
Yes.
Don't undermine degree only is not a graduation. Even diploma, certificate is a graduation.
Yes.
What I mean is that they are passing out from somewhere.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
1 million.
Yeah.
How many jobs the government creates every year? They have frozen employment for
Yeah.
the last 2 years. And it's written in their budget. They have written there.
Yes.
When Professor Njuguna Ndungu wrote the budget, he said we have frozen employment.
So how are you going to give
So-
this? How are you going to create this job employment
But it's very simple.
for everyone in Kenya? How are you
Yes.
going to create it?
We have a formula in Solomonic Economics book, which has been written in a booklet. And I told you earlier how to create 200,000 jobs per county in 47 counties, 42 counties in Kenya. Because through just agriculture, simple production. Don't talk about the nonsense of subsidizing fertilizer. That's a joke. Fertilizer contributes only 6% to the cost of production. Am I wrong? Do you know what cost of production is? Land. What portion goes to land in producing? Second, cultivation. Some people use tractors. Some use manual labor, isn't it? That's very costly, isn't it? Because if you use a tractor, fuel, and fuel is expensive. You're getting me? After that, seed, isn't it? Then fertilizer. Then after that, harvesting, weeding. Then storage, then transportation and packaging. Have I counted enough? Those cost more money than fertilizer. He chose just to pay, like to say, when someone tells you, I'll help you prepare a meal, then someone says, mintanua jumvi.
But how do you ensure that everyone has now a job?
We have a formula.
Yes.
Take it from me.
Yes.
If you go to a county, which county do you come from?
I come from Kisumu County.
Kisumu County.
Yes.
Do you know that Kisumu County has over 300,000 acres of land that is idle,
Okay.
next to water, with young unemployed people? So to do agricultural production, you need land, you need water, isn't it? And you need labor, isn't it? Are there people who are doing nothing in Kisumu? Young people who have no employment? Very many. I met one of them who told me that abiro tiyo kapoka tiyo, which means I will retire before I work. You understand? So those people can work. There's water. Are people not dying of water in Kisumu? People drowning, isn't it? And the land is fallow. If you take 1 acre and you do just avocado, I've done calculation that 1 acre of avocado can hold 250 healthy trees per acre. They can produce 6 avocados per month, 6 per month per tree. I know that it can produce a revenue 125,000 per month per acre. I know that that one can employ 2 people earning 30,000 shillings per month. Have I not told you the formula?
So how are you going to do that to ensure that?
See, the land is there.
Yes.
Why are they getting land for building affordable housing?
So you will take people's land?
No. Government has land, enough land.
Okay.
Why are they taking over prison and building?
So where
land?
will you get the money to do all that?
Why are they getting money to steal? Why are they getting money to do affordable housing? Instead of doing affordable housing, why
But
don't,
affordable housing
why
is
don't
because
they
of people's,
why don't they do production? No.
They take from the people.
If they produce food
Yes.
and give people jobs, people will build houses for themselves.
Okay.
I will not build for anybody house. In fact, I'll reverse all those house levy stuff and the rest.
Yes.
The payslip has been damaged.
Okay.
We have to return the payslip back to Kenyans.
Okay.
In our manifesto, we say returning back Kenya to Kenyans.
Let's talk.
Returning back Kenya to Kenya means return the payslip, isn't it? This land which have been put in affordable housing, which is illegal, we shall reverse those things, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah, okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that the formula is there. You're asking me, the formula is there. I'm sure people will be bored by listening to it because what Kenyans want is action,
Okay.
isn't it? So when the action comes, we will do it. The formula I have.
So let me just ask you, what specific policies then are you, or do you even intend to introduce that will actually maybe propose to cushion ordinary citizens? You will have maybe specific policies that
Yeah.
this now is what is going to happen going forward to ensure that the ordinary citizens are actually cushioned, maybe for job employment and even to have a better life. Because again, the issue has always been also tax, high taxation, and then this and that. So what are you going to do?
The fundamental problem that Africa has,
Yes.
forget about Kenya,
Yeah.
is that Kenya is ruled by the middle class elite. And the middle class elite lives off national revenue, which is produced through taxes. The middle class do not live off the profit that comes from production. That's the problem. And that's what I'll solve. You get me? If we turn the middle class to live off the profit, go to the US,
Yes.
IBM, McDonald's,
Yeah.
those companies,
Yeah.
they can't be in Kenya. Why should McDonald's come from the US and set up shop here and for us we are watching? Do you eat KFC? Yes, isn't it? We can't have our own. Some of them complain even our potatoes are not good, they have to import potatoes. Question. Assume that you are a father.
Yeah.
Will you tell your children to go and cultivate the land of your neighbor? And then after that, you use the family money to buy the produce from your neighbor, isn't it? So that you eat at home, yet you have land. Or you'll tell your kids to cultivate your land. When you take our kids to go and work in UAE, when you take our kids to go and work in Germany, are you helping us? I met a woman from Kibra who told me a story on Saturday that left me in tears. Literally in tears.
Okay.
What was the story? She came and told me that her son just called and told her that their brother who traveled to UAE to work has died there.
Yeah.
And no one in the family owns a passport.
Yeah.
They don't know anybody where their brother went. They just know he's working there.
Yes.
Do you know how undignified it is to go work in a country
Yes.
where no one can visit you? Even jela watu wanaenda kuwa visited, sivyo?
Yeah.
In Kenya, I've been arrested several. I've ever been visited in a jailer. You go where you can't be visited.
Okay.
Where when you die, you don't know how your body is coming back.
Okay.
You take your first flight and there's no return ticket. Do you know these are painful things? So why should someone go work in UAE? And I know that 74 million hectares of land in Kenya is idle.
Okay.
Go do your research.
Okay.
74 million hectares, not acres.
Yes.
Hectares is idle in Kenya.
Okay.
Then you go work in a desert.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say,
Yes.
the formula is there.
Yeah.
Go Google now,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
which is the richest continent?
Africa.
Why should we beg and borrow?
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is leadership and governance, not politics.
Okay.
The Kenyan problem is economic. And that economic should be delivered through governance, not politics.
Another key issue, of course, that has actually that Kenya has grappled with for a long time is the issue of debt.
Yeah.
Because the debt situation is actually worsening. And with the even IMF negotiations and even austerity looming, there have been conversations, a lot of it, the reasons behind why we even have a bad economy, let me say, partly contributed to now debt, IMF, the Bretton Woods institutions, their involvement, and so on and so forth. I do not know maybe how an alternative leadership, because we are talking about alternative leadership, how an alternative leadership could actually be able to balance now growth and even fiscal discipline without even suffocating the poor. Because sometimes we talk about after we have done too much, then we say that now we're bringing in austerity measures.
No, let me tell you, my brother. First of all, you are sitting up with one of the most decorated economists, and Kenyans have never appreciated that. But I don't have to complain. Let me tell you, I know there are issues here about talking about odious debt, Deni Bandia, and all those things. Those are not the solution. The solution is that we need to produce. That is the main solution. When you produce, even the issue of inflation will go down. the interest rate will go down. Even borrowing, there'll be no need. Like if I gave you the example about the 200,000 jobs per county, you'll be collecting 1.8 trillion shillings per county per year. You want to borrow from where? There's no point of borrowing. There's no point of borrowing anywhere. There's no need. So what I'm trying to say in short, that's it. But look at the solution I'm proposing, not just for Kenya, but for Africa. Do you know this year's G20 meeting is taking place in South Africa? And I've been tasked by World Bank, European Central Bank, to write a paper on what can increase social spending in Africa so that Africans can have better quality of life. Do you know what I've done? I've done research and found that most of the money that is going to pay debt could be used for social expenditure. What are social expenditure? Food security, education, and healthcare. So I'm lobbying. My paper, I've written the paper, I'll send it to you, read it. I've written a paper to be presented before G20 that will meet to do what you call a debt cancellation in Africa, to allow Africans spend the money they're using for paying debt into social welfare. And it's a very well-founded article I've written with case studies, how it should be done, how it should be enforced, and the framework for it. It is just 150 words only. So you can read easily and understand. I don't write long things, because when you know something, you know something. I'll send it to you, have a look. So if we send this paper and defend it in G20 in South Africa, and they pass, they cancel debt, what excuse will these people give you? Mr. President was in New York shouting at Europeans without a solution. That we need to reform. Reform what? Me, I've said something very specific. Africa needs to be given debt cancellation. Why? The debt which has been borrowed for Africa has not benefited the Africans themselves. The debt which has been borrowed on behalf of Kenya has never come to Kenya. Secondly, under my administration, we shall declare corruption a national disaster, isn't it?
Okay.
So that other developed countries will now stop anybody who is putting money from there and bring that money back to Kenya. You know, when you declare corruption as national disaster, the countries which are involved with the Kenyans will freeze those accounts and give us back that money. So what I'm trying to say, those solutions, we have them. I don't have to shout here because we will say I'm just trying to talk nicely.
Okay.
Give me your position. Give me this position.
Okay.
Let Kenyans
Yes.
themselves look at me and trust me and give me the position to become their president.
Yes.
It will be as simple as I'm trying to tell you. The solutions are there.
Yes.
When I was doing as an economist in Greece, Portugal, Spain, and Italy, I proposed how European Central Bank was supposed to liaise with those countries to work with the issue of debt, and those countries remained afloat. Greece was collapsing, Portugal was dying, Spain was actually in shambles, and Italy was actually being derailed. And I came with economic policy to help them. Why not come out with one for my country and my continent?
I also wish us to talk about, I know we have a lot to talk about, sir, but there's also some issues that actually we are grappling with as a people, and that is on healthcare and education. And you actually talked about them, mentioned them, and permit me to ask you a question on each. And this is the transition from NHIF to the Social Health Authority, which has actually sparked a lot of controversy with the questions of affordability and even transparency. So from an alternative, again, leadership perspective, which is the best model do you think is right for the universal healthcare, which we ought to achieve? Because we have had presidents, leaders who have tried it in different ways until we are now here at SHA.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Do you know anywhere in the world where healthcare is working?
Yes, there are many places where.
So why are we trying to complicate it? You know, why the Chinese have succeeded in many things, give it to them. The Chinese have a principle, copy shamelessly. Copy shamelessly, isn't it? I was a student in Spain. It's a welfare state. I gave you a book called Solomonic, isn't it? And one of the books, the chapter says, welfare state is Solomonic, meaning Kenya can become a welfare state. In a welfare state, there's nothing like SHA, there's no SHE, there's no SHO-SHU. There's nothing like NHIF. Let me tell you, does the government know all the government hospitals in Kenya? Do they know where they are? Do they know?
Yeah.
Then why should they be giving somebody money to take there for them? Why don't they put doctors there, put equipment there, put medicine there, put nurses there, ensure there's HR for health, pay people salary, and your work is not to talk about ati unaingia ndani ya SHA. You go get treated and go home. Why should you bother? And then pay salaries and put them up. Why should you be getting at we are developing healthcare? So money comes, I don't know, from the Siaya County, then money comes to Nairobi, then you devolve it again to, transferring money is costly. Say if I give you 100 million, how will you leave this place? You'll call the whole battalion of policemen to leave this place. It's not a joke to carry money, isn't it? So are you wasting time that you are sending, I don't know, 10 billion to the county? For what? In Spain, if you are a Spanish citizen, you just pick your card and you go to hospital. You get to and go home. Education. Ensure schools are working, isn't it? There's a library, there's a laboratory, there's a classroom, there's a teacher, there are books. You go get landed, you go home, so that all kids are equal. Why should you are going to an MCA lining in their tent that you're waiting for a check? And I know what was happening in Ugunja. Do you know now this guy who has been nominated to become the MP of Ugenya through ODM, this guy called Moses? He was a CDF manager. In his home, when he was a CDF manager, women used to go there with the chicken. Unamletea kubwa nakula, ndio unapata check ya CDF. How desperate do you put people like that? You have a school. You go to school, the government can wire money. Just sitting in a computer and wiring money. You have to give somebody in the village who will be sitting at his writing check. Which checks? MP say this is a day of giving checks for bursary. We don't need those things, my brother.
Okay.
We do not need them. When I become president, hakuna ku print NHIF card. Ya nini? Let me ask you, do you know how much it costs to print one card?
Tell me.
500 shillings.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Okay.
So how many Kenyans on SHA? I hear that there are 10 million. Isn't it? Now 10 million Kenyans times 500. How much is that? Those are billions of money being used for printing a card, so that someone can get a tender.
Yes.
Useless.
Okay.
Yet there's no hospital, there's no medicine hospital, and you are printing a card. So is a card more important than medicine?
So what is the solution?
The solution is kill those nonsense. You don't need them. Do you need SHA or you need a hospital? Do you need a SHA or you need equipment to test you, whether you have your scan, CT scan?
Okay.
Do you need a doctor or you need a SHA?
Okay.
Kenyans don't need a SHA. Kenyans need treatment. So SHA, SHO are scams.
Yes. Let's now talk about the new funding model. And actually the president has said that this was meant to actually even improve the way that education is actually administered here in Kenya. I do not know what you make of the
corruption.
new funding model.
It's corruption.
How?
The kids who should be on band 1 are on band 4 or band 5. It's corruption. It's rewarding the 5,000. I told you about feeding the 5,000 only. Yeah. If those things are working, why are their kids not doing masters in University of Nairobi? If those things are working, why don't their kids work? The son of the president did undergraduate degrees in Strathmore, isn't it? Why did they do it where the funding model is working if the president can actually qualify to get band 4 or band 2? Those things have been created for corruption. Those things are not transparent. We don't need those things at all. HELB was working. HELB was founded by somebody called Professor Chacha Nyagoti Chacha. Professor Chacha Nyagoti Chacha was a Yale University of Yale graduate. Who has set up this one? Some people who do not even have high school education. So, first of all, secondly, the university funding model is not fair. If it is working, the actual work is not fair. What do I mean? Who are the ones who pay school fees? Who pay taxes? Who are used to fund the model? It is the middle class, isn't it?
Okay.
So once the middle class has been deducted money that can be used for funding the university funding model, then they are put in a band 4, isn't it? You're getting me? And then if it is the people who are not able, so for them they are put on band 1 and they don't get deducted for education at all. Is it fair that you are giving this heavy weight to middle class? So someone told me, Kwach, the other day when I was just doing my normal walk, Professor, you are a good man, but I doubt you a little bit. You always say Ruto has not done anything good. So I'm asking you now, is there anything Ruto has done well? Then I said, yes, there is. Then he asked me, what is it? Touching the payslip of people. That is a button that will send him home. Do you know why I'm saying Ruto will have to go home? Is the payslip, nothing else. You cannot touch a payslip and survive. No one can ever read a payslip and stay. I'm telling you, do you know all of voters?
Okay.
Is your father employed?
My father is a businessman.
So he pays salaries, isn't it?
Yes.
So he suffers from these deductions, isn't it? I'm telling you, all the employees are telling your father that to tell you to vote him out. You're getting me? All people who own businesses, I own some, isn't it? All my staff are telling me, ensure Ruto goes home. And I'm not the only one. I meet people in business boardrooms. The boardroom discussion is that Ruto must go home so that people like Ogolla can give back the pay slip to the middle class. That's the best thing Ruto did. You know, the best thing Ruto did is to send himself home early. Yes. So, you know, when you are a bad guy and you hang yourself, isn't it? You are a good man.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So this is a bad man who has hanged himself.
Professor, because of time, I'll ask you some questions, even as we wrap it up for this conversation. Thank you so much. But I have 2 questions. And because we also have the new constitution, and therein we talked of devolution, which was actually meant to bring services closer to the people. But actually corruption and underfunding has actually persisted at the county levels. What do you make of our imagined devolution in regard to alternative leadership?
You know, Eugene, if the mistake we made in the Constitution is that we allowed lawyers to write for us a Constitution, and there was no economist who contributed to the writing of the Constitution. They just look at legal clauses. They never look at the economic implication of those clauses. This country never needed 47 counties. And I can tell, for example, if I talk about Raila Odinga, who is seen as the father of devolution, with all respect, Raila Odinga's look for us to have 47 counties, yet when you are writing the strategic plan for Azimio, the manifesto, we could only find 11 economic blocks, which means that this country should only have a maximum of 11 counties. Because what are counties? Counties were supposed to be economic blocks. Because, you know, an economic block is not complete with a certain facets. It's like you cannot cook ugali with 2 stones. So you go to Vihiga and you ask yourself, can Vihiga qualify to be an economic block? Can Tharakanithi qualify to be an economic block? So these are issues that were supposed to be looked at. I also saw the issue of regional economies that were signed, regional charters, which were signed by William. They're not 47. They were, 21. Which means both Ruto and Raila, in their manifesto, they believe that we should not have 47 counties. And that's my belief. There is a need for a review. Let us not go tribal. Tribal mobilization is a problem. Let Kenyans come back and ask themselves, to fit our tribal kingpin, we need 47 counties, isn't it? But that keeps us hungry. So do we need to serve the ego of tribal kingpins, or we want to serve our interests, which is economic?
Okay.
And that matter means this thing needs to be reviewed.
Yes. So about the constitution generally, do you think that we need actually a constitutional review to maybe correct systemic leadership failures like the one that you're talking about? Or actually even the problem is not even with the system, it is with the implementation, because we've had a lot of issues. Now that I've talked about even corruption, I've talked about underfunding. Do you believe that even with the 47 counties, we can still make it and have a better...
We can, because don't say there's underfunding. Eugene, what is 10 billion? Let me give an example. If I give you 10 billion, what business will you start?
If you give me
10 billion, what business will you start?
I've never thought about it.
That's why you are thinking there's underfunding. Which is the largest company you know in Kenya?
Kenya owned?
Yes.
Maybe Kenya Breweries? I don't know.
Well, one of the largest companies is Safaricom.
Yes.
The second one is banks like KCB,
Yes.
Equity Bank,
Yes.
Coop Bank.
Yes.
Can you imagine how much money was used for setting up Safaricom? The core capital for a bank was 1 billion. So KCB was set up with 1 billion.
Yes.
How many people do KCB employ? Over 210,000,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
With the core capital of 10 billion. Nairobi County receives 16 billion a year, isn't it? How many people do they employ? Almost none. You understand? What I'm trying to say is that there's nothing like underfunding. If you take, for example, Siaya County as an example, since devolution, Siaya County has received 130 billion, yet they cannot collect garbage.
Okay.
Does KCB collect their baggage? Yes. Safaricom has employed so many people. So what is happening is that there is no governance. These people get this power and they politic with it.
Okay.
They don't use governance to deliver services to people. So I'm asking Kenyans, as we register to go and vote, please think about it. Whom can you trust with your wallet in your county? That's the person who should vote. Don't vote for thugs just because someone is shouting and is dancing and singing nice songs. No. Leadership cannot be found in those things. Those are what I call actors. We don't want caricatures. We want leaders, elected leader.
Fred, Professor, you have termed yourself as a known strategist, and particularly in economy. Now you're given a chance to become the president of this country, or rather maybe redefine Kenya's leadership model from scratch. 3 pillars that actually you will build it on, kindly. Just 3 pillars.
Most importantly, the economy. We have to ensure the wheels of the economy are moving. So I'll turn Kenya into a production economy, not a consumption economy.
Okay.
The second thing I'll ensure that is being done, the accountability or governance where corruption falls, isn't it?
Yes.
Corruption cannot be fought the way we are fighting. We will ban EACC. We will disband it. Anybody who steals will face the law, just like we see it there. Anybody who cannot account for the wealth they have, we shall take back, isn't it? And use it to build our country. And the last one, this country must be built on the pillar of the youth. When the youth are involved, things change. You understand me? And let me give an example. Tell me anywhere in the Bible where God anointed an older person. Tell me. Just tell me where God picked an 85-year-old, a 75-year-old, and put oil in their head to lead.
Abraham.
Huh?
Abraham.
No. Abraham, there was no option because he was Abraham's father. But later on in the anointing, Isaac was anointed. Jacob was anointed, isn't it? David was anointed. Solomon was anointed. God knows that this country, one pillar
Yes.
should be the youth.
Yes.
So for me, I'll put my pillar 1 on economic turnaround.
Yes.
2, about the issue of governance, accountability, transparency, and 0 to corruption. And corruption will be a crime,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Not economic crime, it will be a crime.
Okay.
Vile ukishikwa umeiba kuku, ndio the same way utashikwa when you steal money.
Thank you so much.
And then lastly, you must build the pillar on the youth.
Interesting. Looking ahead now, as we come to the end and the close of this conversation, now, what does alternative actually leadership demand of ordinary citizens, apart from not just politicians? What does it demand of me as Kwach?
For citizens like you and Kwach,
Yes.
we have to understand the cost of having good leadership
Yes.
and the price of bad leadership.
Wow.
The cost is that to get a good leader,
Yeah.
you want to get a good leader who is going to bribe you.
Yeah.
You want to get a good leader who make you have fun as you go through election.
Yeah.
You have to decide that you are going to sleep one night hungry.
Yes.
That's election day.
Yes.
And then be fed
Yes.
for 5 years.
Okay.
Or you are going to be fed on one night and then for 5 years sleep hungry. So that's a choice you have to make. So we have to quantify the cost of having a good leader and the price we pay for bad leadership.
Okay.
One that comes to you, you realize that leadership, you must participate by getting the right leader. You must do your due diligence properly and get the right leader.
Thank you so much. That is Professor Fred Ogolla. Of course, a very interesting conversation with the professor. Always a pleasure hosting you. And of course, Professor is contesting to become the president of Kenya, the 6th
Yes.
president of Kenya. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, my
And
brother.
of course, Kenya stands at a crossroads. On one hand, we face the familiar struggles of high cost of living, debt, contested reforms in health and education. On the other hand, we hear calls for new ideas, new values, and new leadership models that put citizens at the center, and particularly the youth, like Professor Fred Ogolla has actually said. And Professor Fred Ogolla has actually challenged us to think beyond now the personalities and the party politics, as you've said, sio kuku, tena, we choose people, to imagine what Kenya could look like if leadership was driven by integrity and, of course, much more other values. And of course, as we leave this conversation, the big question has actually remained that what role does actually then each one of us actually play in shaping the alternative leadership? Because actually in the end, leadership is not about those in the office, but it's about actually even the choices that we make as a society. And thank you so much for elucidating that quite perfectly well through your lenses. And of course, this has been the Powertable, where we get to interview men of power to talk about power, politics, economy, governance. My name is Eugene Kwach, and this is the Powertable.